Hello there guys, and welcome to the first video in a look back at my Football Manager game, which has been Swansea City for 12 seasons. We've won quite a lot, and I've been streaming it, but people want to see the early days, so I thought I'd put them up here on YouTube for people to take a look at how things started and how we got to where we are today. So we'll start with a quick look at the league. First season, good opening day win against West Brom. Then a couple of draws away from home, Liverpool, Man City, good draws. You're not expecting to win at the start of the game. With a club like Swansea, away trips to Anfield and the Etihad, not really, looking for 3 points. So I was delighted with those results. Beat Spurs, beat Stoke away, QPR and Reading. That was a really, really good start for us. Away to Villa, home to Sunderland, just continuing that form, and we're just pushing on. I think at this point we were third in the league. We were, really quite a decent force. And I was starting to get a little excited over what we could achieve. Of course, Everton, bit of a bogey team. So we lost 2-0, our first loss. Followed it up, Craven Cottage, Fulham just had the edge on us. And then away to Arsenal, 2-0 loss. We had a few games then to actually get ourselves back into it. Southampton, Wigan, Chelsea, 5 points from those three. That's not bad. I was hoping for 6 points. We pulled out a win against. We should have pulled out a win against West Ham. We drew. I think it was a last-minute equaliser from West Ham. Poor defending. Got battered by Man United. Drew against Norwich, but then managed to go to Newcastle and West Brom, picking up a couple of wins. As you can see, we lost to Chelsea, beat Liverpool, lost to Man City. So again, those 3 fixtures, 3 points is quite a good return. 6 points from the 4 if you include Tottenham. That's a very good return. And then we just kept picking up results. Big ones here for me is Sunderland away, 4-0. Didn't expect that. That was quite nice. To beat Fulham and Arsenal after they'd beaten us at their grounds earlier on in the season. That was quite impressive. United did the double on us. Old Trafford, tough place to go. We lost to Southampton, which wasn't very good, but we still had a chance at Champions League football at this stage. We needed to win all 4 games realistically. So Wigan and West Ham, big wins. Newcastle, tiredness, injury, and a little bit of overconfidence, I think, from the players. That sort of put paid to our Champions League campaign, but we did hold out, get that last day win over Norwich, and we'll have a look back. We finished 5th. Chelsea's goal difference meant we really needed to get something against Newcastle. We didn't. So first season, you see Wigan, Norwich, Sunderland down. 5th place, a really, really good finish. As you can see, we've got a really good squad now, but in this transfer window, the first season, there was a fair bit of business. So coming in, we needed cover on the left wing, so Drenthe, he started left wing. Gary McKay-Stephen, he was there as backup. Craig Gordon to back up Vorm in goals. Bayano, he was just again backup really up front. We brought in Hellenius and Cornelius, the 2 tall Danish strikers, and I think we did quite well on those. 4 million for the pair. Andrew Black, quite a good young right winger from Scotland. Then we had the usual youngsters. Enrique Miranda, Adrian, Luis Batista, Jan Weissenfels, Jan Francisco. They're all youngsters for the future. A couple of defenders then, Novikov and Dragovic, who came on the bench for that first season. In January, to turn my season around, Eric Lemaya, a fantastic playmaker, £7 million off the transfer list. He wanted to move, so that was great for us. Took us to a new level. A couple more youngsters then, Castro Mendes. We sealed the deal on De Guzman, £5 million. And also a youngster, Doria, who didn't work out, but all in all, £25 million spent in that first season. And I think we made the best out of it. As you can see here, Goa, Luke Moore, Gary Monk, all going out. Got decent fees, nothing major. A lot of free transfers. And then when we look down, a small amount for Alfie, 2.9 for Routledge, probably a little cheap, but and then picked up some loan deal money, just trying to keep chipping away at that debt basically. Because as you can see, we only brought in 5 million, so we're down 20 million at the end of the first season. That's a pretty big hole to be in. That is a pretty big hole to be in. Capital One Cup, well, we beat Coventry, then out to Man City on penalties. I'll accept that. Beat Leyton Orient away from home in the FA Cup, but then losing 3-1 to Brighton at home, not good enough. So we had a lot to sort of get right, and a bit of a mixed bag as well in our friendly games. So all in all, the first season didn't quite go according to plan. We got the league finish that we really wanted, a top 6 finish. The board wanted a mid-table. They'd have been happy with 12th. I was trying to push higher up. And our key signing, in the summer was definitely Royston Drenthe. On one side you had Pablo Hernandez, Royston Drenthe on the other. That's a great balance. And we added to it in January with that fantastic sign of Eric Lemaya from Roma for just £7 million. And it worked wonderfully. He fed Danny Graham. Graham got a lot of goals. And between the two of them, they really did make a big difference. So, the tactics in that first season were quite simple. Let's just clear all these players out. Very similar to what I'm playing now, but they were actually pushed up as wingers, and they were on attacking roles. So I think this is my setup for that first season. We've got defensive fullbacks because the wingers are pushed high up the field. You kind of need to have that balance between attack and defence. So my defenders stayed back. We've got a limited defender on cover because we didn't have great defenders, and a ball playing defender. So my limited defender was Chico. I had the ball playing Ashley Williams, and then Rangel, and who did I have at left back? Probably Neil Taylor. I don't think he's injured when I started this game. He wasn't quite injured. So Neil Taylor at left back, he wasn't quite injured. And then in midfield we had Leon Britton and Jonathan de Guzman. We had Michu in attacking midfield with Dyer probably on the left until Drenthe was up to speed when he took over. Then we had a mixture of Dyer and more likely Pablo Hernandez for most games, Danny Graham up front, and Eric Lemaya came into attack midfield, dropping Michu onto the bench. So that's just about all that happened in the first season. We did rebuild the staff. We did, throw a lot of money at training facilities and youth facilities, and from an early start I knew I needed the board on my side, and I needed them to understand how important rebuilding the facilities of the club. That's a key thing for Swansea. The stadium isn't big enough. There's no real training or youth facilities in place. So from an early start, as soon as I got money, which was season 2 or 3, we really made headway into that. But I wanted to make sure from day one the board understood where we were coming from. So that's season 1, a 5th place finish in the Premier League, a good start, picked up a couple of key players for the future, good squad depth, out early in 2 cups, and we wanted to make sure that not only did we finish higher in season 2, but that we made a real go of the cups this time around. So more on that in my next video. Hope you've enjoyed this look back at the first season and the start of my Swansea City adventures. Take care.